these hard times. I'm crying out to God to help me with these hard times. I'm crying out to God to help me with these hard times. Don't want no drama, so I'm throwing up the peace signs.
Man, listen. We've been on the topic of shitty parents for at least a week now on this channel, and I think I found the shittiest one so far. Okay, we started with the fullest nest. The man had a baby mama with a child. Then we moved on to a family who used their children for content, right? And now we're moving on to probably the worst of all, Miss Chrisean Rock, who uses God to justify her horrible actions, right? Now that little snippet you heard right there, I'm crying out to God to help me with all that bullshit. Chrisean has turned into a full-fledged Christian right now. At least that's how she's trying to present herself. And she's been on this journey for the past couple months, probably like 6 months or so. But I'm going to tell you this, folks. I think this whole thing it has an element of bullshit to it. I always feel like having religion and following your beliefs is something someone should do. You know, it helps you ground yourself. It keeps you moral. It helps you have some type of direction. I don't think anything's bad about having spirituality. But what I do have a problem with is when somebody suddenly switches up and becomes this major Christian or Buddhist or whoever to try to make everybody or to try to force everybody to forgive them for what they did in the past. Now, if you guys don't really know what I'm talking about, Chrisean Rock got pregnant about 3 years ago with the rapper Blueface, right? From the moment of inception to the moment of her pregnancy, I could only imagine that she was intoxicated and using drugs throughout that pregnancy. I'm talking baby bump and all, neck and liquor. I'm talking throating the liquor to the back of her dome. Outrageous, bro. And it's like, that's just nasty behavior. Now, I've seen, I'm from Belize, third world countries and shit. I've seen mothers, sneak a little puff of weed, or take a little sip here and there. And that's terrible. I'm not giving them a pass. But Chrisean Rock was actually actively getting shit-faced, like drunk, faded, high. She wasn't taking a little to calm the nerves. She was smoking down the blunts, gulping, necking the bottle. I don't think there's any saving that. There's no forgiving that. Now, you can have your relationship with God, but don't share that relationship with us. We don't want to fucking hear it. That's how I feel. We don't want to fucking hear it. You want to have that deep, genuine relationship with God? Go have it. Leave that shit off the internet because you're a terrible person. Anyways, Chrisean Rock went on the Danza Project, and she kind of gave her feelings about just that. So I want to play this snippet that really got everybody talking about Chrisean Rock and how she's trying to turn the blame off of her and give it to God, which is just nasty behavior, bro. Anyways, let's go ahead and check this out. Run the clip.
Blueface doesn't seem active in a child's life because of his disability. My son does not have a disability. He is developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing. Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he... Right, but it's like,
don't tell me.
I ain't saying, not even just that. It's like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself.
Wait, huh? Wait, hold up now. A doctor? Do you mean to tell me a doctor approached you and said that your kid possibly has a disability because he can't hold his own fucking head up and he can't walk and he's approaching 3 years old? Did the doctor tell you that and you said, no, we're just going to go with God? That's you avoiding accountability. That's not you going with God. God ain't got nothing to do with you necking a bottle down in the club. He ain't got nothing to do with that. I promise you he don't. Right? Hold on. Let's back this up because she brings up little key words that you might miss. A doctor? I could see people online talking shit. That's one thing. Fuck you guys. But a doctor told you there's possibly a disability? Oh, no. But we're not going to listen to them.
Oh, is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he.
Right,
but it's like,
don't tell me.
I ain't saying not even just that. It's like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah, anybody, yeah. If they're guessing or whatever, no. The word said what the word said. God said what the God says. I don't have to accept what you. So it's really like me, like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son. Yeah. Like, I can't wait when my son start walking and talking. I'm gonna just be like, exactly.
Like I told y'all.
I said it. Nah, I told y'all. He told y'all.
Yeah. And let's keep it real. You know, kids develop differently. Like, hell, I could barely read up until, like, past the fucking age I was supposed to be reading, right? So I get it. You know, sometimes kids, they do shit differently. But these are essential steps. This isn't like learning how to read or like, or problem solving. You know how they have like the little stuff where the kids have to problem solve and stuff. This is not like the more advanced stuff. This is walking, sitting up, and keeping your head forward. This should be damn near a reflex at this point. I don't want to hear anything about, and the mothers out there, you let me know if I'm wrong. But I'm not trying to hear nothing about, oh, he's progressing at his own time. That shit is sad, bro. Yet she's going to come up here on this internet and air out her whole business and start talking about some God. You need to start talking to, what do you call the people? You need to start talking to people who can help your son. That's what you need to do.
Like, I can't wait when my son start walking and talking. I'm gonna just be like, exactly.
Like I told y'all.
I said it. Nah, I told y'all. He told y'all. Yeah. Shoot, I was just relaying the message. It's like one of those. Blueface.
So anyway, she went on this podcast, and you know, the guys in the room, the Danza Project dude, he's not about to deny what she said. He's not about to like be like, no, you're a terrible person. He wants to get the interview. But once she went on that interview, man, everybody started reminding Chrisean what she was doing during her pregnancy. So I want to show you a little montage of Chrisean Rock clips. And if you thought she wasn't drinking and you thought I was just bullshitting, well, here's your proof. Smoking a fat ass blunt. Yeah.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just.
No, you can't have no liquor.
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
you shut the door because it's cold.
No fucking liquor.
Look at her back there. That's her right there. Belly all poked out, titties all barely covered. You hear what she said in the last clip? I'm gonna back it up real quick. She said, "I could just abort the baby tomorrow. It won't hurt me." You know, the internet's forever. When your son grows up, your son Chrisean, that's how she named her son, by the way, after her, Chrisean Jr. What the fuck? When your son Chrisean grows up, he's going to see this clip. What are you going to tell him when he sees that?
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at? Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just.
No, you can't have no liquor.
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No,
you shut the door because it's cold.
No fucking liquor.
Look at her dancing, drinking, gulping, necking, just having a great fucking night. Fuck that baby,
when
right?
When they were here last time, him and Chrisean was pregnant. Y'all were doing all that smoking and drinking here in the thing.
Look at her, look at her, look at her, look at her. It's sad, bro. And it's sad for the baby, not for her. She can cry, bitch, moan, go on the internet, talk about God all she wants. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. Fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. I don't want to hear none of that bullshit. And she's been parading her baby all around the internet. There's no way no one's seen her child yet. So I'm just going to show you what I'm talking about, right? We're always talking about them. This is the situation Chrisean has put herself and her baby in. Look at this. She's going to church. Again, always at church. I feel like she knows she fucked up. She knows deep down, she's aware of it. And I think she's trying to go to church and make this whole change to try and save herself, like her own soul. And I will say that's kind of selfish. Like, sure, get better, go to church, get some morals, but you're doing it because you feel guilty. Anyways, let's watch this clip. Pay attention to her son's face and the way his head is controlled.
Who got my phone?
You have what?
Notes.
Notes?
Yeah.
What kind of notes do you have?
The word.
And why's your tooth in?
Oh, it's a special day.
Oh, it's a special day.
What kind of a question is that? Why is your tooth in? Okay. Why? Anyways, Chrisean Rock is known for rocking the one tooth because she got one of her teeth knocked out during a fight. So that's why he's asking like why is both of her teeth in? But look at her son. He can't hold his head up. He's struggling to hold his head up. Where's his eyes looking? You know, babies after a couple of months, I mean, shit, not even months, like some weeks or some shit, they're looking and they're like focusing on things, right? He's not focusing on shit. Eyes are in the clouds.
What kind of notes do you have?
The word.
And why's your tooth in?
Oh, it's a special day.
Oh, it's a special day. Would I allow you space and time? I think Pastor Tim took care of it pretty good
bullshit,
because...
That's bullshit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, God bless that kid, bro. Hopefully, and again, you know, if they catch this early and they really take care of them and they take them to the proper classes or courses, I don't know what you really can do in this situation. But if they really catch him early with all the money they have, he could live a decent life. Will that happen? Let me show you another clip. This is after the backlash had started, right? After she went to the Donza Project, I guess she wanted to bring her son to the internet to prove to everybody that he was right as rain. It's not looking too good.
Hey man, you ready to take that jacket off?
Look, he's not even looking at her.
Can I get a kiss?
He's not even looking at her. Okay, now he is. Now he is.
You love your mommy? You love you too? You want to get down, huh? Come on. Let's go walk. We're going to walk in the park.
That was not the slam dunk video you thought this was, Tiff. I call it Tiff. Chrisean. This was not the slam dunk video you thought this was. She thought this was showing all the haters, right? But I will say, she's not the only one at blame. Now, the man who gave her the baby, Blueface, right? There was a period of time where Blueface was in jail. When she had the baby, Blueface wasn't in jail. But at a certain point of time, he got taken out of the kid's life, and Chrisean was the one to take care of him. But ever since he got out of jail, it seems like he's realized the situation and he wants nothing to do with it. And it's kind of like you're part of the blame too, Blueface. You know what I mean? You're part of the blame too. When you went on that show, I know you can't control people. You can't force people to do stuff, but you knew she was drinking and smoking with that child inside of her. Come on, you know? But anyways, this is his explanation. I found it on Twitter. It was a podcast he did with with this guy. Everybody knows him. Bootleg Kev. Jesus, drew a blank. He did an interview with Bootleg Kev. Let's see what he had to say.
Sure, there was a lot of viral moments where she was on stream or left the kid outside, and
yeah, I mean, best I could do is insist and advise. So my best advice for Chrisean was, hey, I don't think you should keep putting the baby out there publicly. You know, it hasn't, nothing good has come from it from day one. So I think you should pull back on that, so that at least they wouldn't forget about him, but they wouldn't just pick at that all day.
Yeah, it's like the internet has
in
no.
In the beginning,
yeah.
she was following instructions, and it was picking up. And then once she decided to go do her own thing, when you're not under my care, I just let you go.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to keep on advising. But if we locked in, yeah, I'm gonna advise you. Look, and when you follow the instructions, it's gonna work every time. Because I'm experienced.
Right.
And then when you don't, it's like you got to see it for yourself. You get me?
Right.
So all of that stuff is just like a learning lesson for her. Like she had to see for herself.
Was that for you though? Just I just feel like
yeah, of course it's irritating.
Man.
Of course it's like, damn, I wish you would just listen. Listen.
Like it's our fucking kid. Like,
yeah,
it's
not that serious for him to be on this stream. Like,
right.
What's the? You're not making any money, so you're really just prostituting our kid. Like you're exploiting him.
Felt like.
So anyway, Blueface is always going to come out and try to appear as the sensible one. And by all accounts, between the two of them, Blueface is 1,000% the sensible one out of the two. But I will also say that he has something to do with this. Like, you should have done more, is my opinion. And this is when, Chrisean's talking about Blueface and this and that and the other. This is when he starts facing backlash on his stream. And he kind of like speaks about it again, saying basically he's not leaving his kid. He's not leaving this kid alone, and that's bullshit. Let's hear what he had to say.
Just abandoning Sonny. I'm definitely not abandoning Sonny, guys. Definitely not abandoning Sonny. It's my son. I love him, and can't wait to see him again. All right. So cut that shit out. When his mom decides that, it'll happen. But I ain't chasing after none of that shit. Hell no, chat. Can't do that. The success rate of that is very low. I can't chase low success rates.
But anyways, I'm not going to play the whole thing. I do think these two are coming in as probably one of the worst parents out there. We've been covering a lot of couples. We've been doing our thing on this channel. Shout you guys out. Also, make sure you check out the main channel. But yeah, I do think they're really close to winning the award as worst couple of the fucking decade. Y'all let me know in the comments what y'all think. Make sure you subscribe to this channel, subscribe to the next channel. Hit me up in the comments. We just got this channel monetized a couple of days ago. Well, we hit the threshold, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching the videos. We got thousands of hours of view time last week, so I really appreciate you guys for that. And now that this channel is official, expect the schedule to continue because it seems like you guys like the alternate topics. And on this channel, I really have more freedom to cover whatever the fuck I want. The other channel is way more rigid. We only cover crime. We only cover court cases. We cover body cam. And that's always going to stay that way. So all the people who, came over here but still want that is still going to be there. But this channel is definitely going to just be the whatever channel. And I'm having a great time doing it. So stay tuned. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.